he's demanding censorship of a journalist, not just any journalist, the #1 news show on television. He's demanding that the oligarch who owns it censor that guy. Can you imagine if Trump did that? If Trump demanded the #1 news, if he went and said, Rachel Maddow, MSNBC, take her down, or take down Anderson Cooper. Can you imagine if Trump did that? Everybody would go nuts. But he does that. They don't even think about it. They don't even think twice about it. And
well, that's what the Dominion lawsuit's all about. It's about getting Rupert Murdoch to let go of Fox and specifically get rid of Tucker. Because he goes off script on things like January 6th or Ukraine specifically. And, this lawsuit could actually achieve that. Could cost Rupert Murdoch and the Murdoch family so much. We have to let this go. I think that's why Schumer's directing it there.
And here's the White House press secretary being asked about this, Tucker Carlson.
As it relates to the Tucker Carlson question, we agree with Fox News's own attorneys and executives who have repeatedly stressed in multiple courts of law that Tucker Carlson is not credible when it comes to this issue.
So they won't address anything that he's actually saying. They just do this broad stroke of he's not credible. As if they are, right? As if press secretaries and politicians are somehow credible. And I forgot who gave me that. I got that video from. I should have credited. I can't remember.
Is the raw footage credible?
Right? I know, right? So here's what Tucker Carlson. Now he makes a really interesting point here about what Chuck Schumer's saying. And watch this.
I told you that last night. Those videos touch a nerve because they're a threat to the lies that Chuck Schumer has been telling for the last 26 months. And not just Chuck Schumer. We should also tell you that Chuck Schumer, the Senate Majority Leader, was joined in this outrage by the Senate Minority Leader. That would be a Republican, Mitch McConnell. And they were joined by a cascade of other Republicans.
We need to figure out what they're doing here.
From North
See if
Carolina,
you can find any info on their
from
operation.
Utah. All sharing the same outrage. And from this, we learn two things. One,
seems like these guys are salvaging or repurposing anything they can from this place.
Why is it so
crafty
important
bastards.
that they degrade themselves by telling such obvious lies and calling for censorship? Why? What are they trying to protect? That might be worth exploring, and we plan to.
Tag anything
And the
useful and
second
I'll send in
thing
a
that we
recovery
learn
team
from
later.
this
Now blow the shit out of
is
anything
that
too
they're on the same
dangerous.
side. The Senate Majority Leader joins the Senate Minority Leader. Tom Tilton, Mitt Romney.
Vital signs
They're
present.
all on the same side. So it's actually not about left, it's not about Republicans and Democrats. Here you have people with shared interests. The open borders people. People like Mitch McConnell who are living in splendor on Chinese money. The people who, underneath it all, have everything in common are all aligned against everyone else. And that would include
True Sons
almost all
reinforcements
organizations in
incoming.
this country as well.
Keep moving. Need to
And so
clear the
if you're
dance.
watching this out, it'd be kind of interesting to keep a list. Because one thing we learned today is that they're all in agreement with
When you're
each other.
done fucking things up there.
Keep moving. Still got 2 halls to
They
clear.
sort of showed their membership cards and whatever club this is to the public. So keep a list.
Hostile
If
radio
you want to know who's
intercepted.
actually aligned, it's by the illusion of partisanship.
Cut through the planetarium. We've got to secure that ordinance.
Very well said. I think it's very powerful. And again, this is the #1 news show in America, so we've got a big audience that's listening to this, and a lot of them are Democrats.
So far, it is the only
And so,
planet.
it just goes to show you when Tucker Carlson becomes the voice of truth against the establishment, it is long overdue for a revolution in America. We are living in the most corrupted country, I think, in all of the Western world. Our government is completely controlled by a handful of billionaires and money interests. And that's it. Couple of corporations owned by a handful of billionaires, and they all agree. He said that Republicans, Democrats, they agree. And all agree. And they're all against the common man. And they're all against truth. And they're all for a narrative to try to marginalize the voice of Americans. And Max, now you interviewed someone last year on your show. Do you remember? It was on Rumble. And he spoke about how they did this in other countries, that there was right around the time of January 6th, that there was in Europe, I think it was maybe Germany, that something similar had happened. Can you speak to that? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it was on a show on Rockfin. I think it was stuff in the CJ explained how, from his point of view, at the first major rally against the lockdown in Berlin, some Nazis spontaneously threw masks on and began committing acts of violence and attempting to storm federal buildings. And this became the pretext for criminalizing anti-lockdown protesters, painting them all as Nazis, and it all just seemed so convenient. And that's, from that point on, Germany then went on to propose, for example, locking down exclusively unvaccinated people, and definitely they expanded the criminal code. And now we see the Germans move out and anti-war protests arresting or harassing people because they were sweating the letter C, like the call sign of the Russian warplane outfit, or wearing St. George's Cross, or waving the USSR flag. I actually just, I have an interview going up tonight at the Gray Zone with Heinrich Ruppel, who is one of the leading anti-war activists.
Mechanical components.
He's facing 40 days in prison for simply denouncing German military in Ukraine. So there's a constant escalation in these pseudo-democratic regimes across the West of criminalization of dissidents, because the only thing they have to rule us with is fear. They no longer have the consent of the masses.
So that's what I'm talking about. And I think that's the thing that scares them the most, which is why when I interviewed a Boogaloo boy on this show and found out that we share a lot of common ground, like he was pro-Black Lives Matter, pro-LGBTQ, anti-war, anti-cop, and anti-Trump. And that he was being trampled under the same economic forces that everybody was during COVID.
Link up with them and
and that his pain wasn't caused by his neighbor, his pain was caused by the establishment. And when I brought that message to my show, that was the biggest waylay I've ever gotten from social media. And that's what they can't have.
Kinda goes without saying, but if you see any missiles lying around, make sure they can never, ever be used.
And it was like, no, I just talked to another American who, by the way, used to vote Democrat 25 years ago. That's the thing they couldn't understand. Those guys used to vote Democrat, and that's what they don't want to talk about. And that's what Chuck Schumer admitted, is that we don't care if we lose blue-collar voters, we're going to pick up blue-collar voters, we're going to pick up 2 white-collar voters in the suburbs. So they become the Republican Party, and they admit it. And that's an admittance that they're no longer the party of workers, that they're the party of the upper class and the professional managerial class. They're not connected to workers. The left move Democrats or whatever, they're not connected to workers. And so anyway, that's again, I can't say it enough. I know you said Tucker Carlson is like some group that nobody listens to. He's the number one news show in America. And there's more Democrats in the demo watching him than watch MSNBC. So this message is getting through, and that's why they're reacting. They're not overreacting. They're reacting. They should be scared, because now people are going to know they've been lying. You want to see my stand-up special? Become a member at jimmydark.com. It's only $10, and come see our live stand-up comedy in Los Angeles, Palm Springs, Milwaukee, St. Paul, Honolulu, Northampton, Massachusetts, Syracuse, Co-host New York, Hartford, and more.